I want to thank you all for watching Razor Sharp today. My name is Big C. Today my heart is heavy. You know, my heart hurts because we recently had two major police shootings in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and in St. Paul, Minnesota, where two black young lives were lost due to the police, due to the injustices that we're seeing through police brutality, through racial profiling, you know, and things of that nature. Unfortunately, after that incident happened in Dallas at a Black Lives Matter rally, near the end of it, a gentleman, Makai Johnson, decided to go on the second floor of a building and shoot cops. 12 police officers were shot that day. 5 police officers died. Due to that, there's been more stipulations with police enforcement. There's been more stipulations with unwarranted searches. Unfortunately, our topic today, you know, my heart weighs heavy and I'm gonna talk from the heart. And I may stumble a little bit while we're talking. Now, as far as Mr. Alton Sterling goes, the gentleman was outside of his friend's store selling CDs. There was a call by a homeless man to the police. 2 officers arrived in which they bum rushed Mr. Sterling, tackled him to the ground. One's laid on top of him, his arms. The other one laid on top of his side, his right leg. The officer pulled out a gun. They shot the young man. Straight unwarranted shooting. I mean, there was no reason for that. The gentleman wasn't combative or anything. He was a big guy, a guy about my size, and I think they just took, you know, they took the initiative because they were scared of the black man, you know, who happened to be about 6 feet tall and probably about close to 300 pounds. In St. Paul, Minnesota, we have Philando Castile. The gentleman was riding in the passenger seat car with his girlfriend. When the officer stopped him because of a broken taillight, he explained to the officer that I have a gun and I have a carrier's permit. At that time, the officer said to him, "May I please see the permit?" As Mr. Castile reached for the permit, the officer shot him. During that situation, Mr. Castile's girlfriend recorded everything live on Facebook. We're here at Takar Barbershop, 348 Central Avenue, East Orange, New Jersey. We're gonna talk with the people, we're gonna discuss some of these things, and we're gonna see what the people say. We really wanna know, do Black Lives Matter? You know, is it driving while black, walking while black, breathing while black, or just being black in America? Follow us, we're about to go in, come on.
Sankofa. Feels so right, don't it? Let's begin. Cut the rooster neck, dance around the bonfire, and play the gym band till my arms tired. Pour the water, let the earth mother soak it up. Close your eyes, let the spirit take control of us. The summon that turn to Gabriel Prasa. Feeling like Yan Santiwa with a chopper. Fearless. Cause I know that everywhere I go, the ancestors will be near us in Kofa. We are the true to life avatars. They made us forget with slave whips and the battle scars. Will remind us of the pain that we receive anytime we use our brain. Give thanks. Cause Yah Santiwa was so brave. She fought for freedom when some man wouldn't do the same. Cause Khalid was so black and bold, and John Clark was so smart, he helped us crack the code. Cause Dr. Ben was a scholar.
Good afternoon. I want to thank you for watching Razor Sharp. My name is Big C. Today's topic, we're talking about the recent police shootings of Alton Sterling and Philando Castile. We're also talking about the Dallas police shooting by Makai Johnson, aka the Sniper, and we really want to get people's opinion on the whole Black Lives Matter campaign, and we want to get people's opinion on the racial profiling, and to be honest with you, we're really talking about just breathing while black, driving while black, walking while black, being black in America. I'm here with a young man, his name is Jonathan. I really want to get his opinion on the whole subject matter. How you doing today, Jonathan?
I'm doing good, how are you?
Oh, fine, thank you. What I want to know is, you know, I know that, you know, you probably have social media and you've been paying attention to what's been going on, and I truly want your opinion on, as far as not just the police shooting, but the state of black people in America. the state of you being a young black man, the same. Are you from East Orange, New Jersey?
No, I'm actually from Brooklyn.
Okay, from Brooklyn, even better. So now I get a different aspect from coming from another borough in another state. So what is your opinion, first off, on the 2 recent shootings that happened within a 24-hour period of each other?
I feel like it's devastating that, you know, people that it's really, you know, such a tragedy. I mean, I feel like things just happen for a reason. I mean, it's always sad, but I mean, life and death is part of the cycle.
Okay, how old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm 22.
Okay, being a 22-year-old young black man who lives in the borough of Brooklyn, in your short lifespan, have you ever felt that you were, you know, racially profiled, whether it's been by the police or in a department store anywhere?
Absolutely, all the time. While I work in the neighborhood where I work in, is very there's a lot of white people, especially like Jewish, and just walking down the block and like simply going to Dunkin' Donuts just for some breakfast, I get a look, and people get scared because I'm a young black man and I'm very big, so people get intimidated by that when I'm in no harm. I'm just, you know, going about my day.
Okay. When you speak about the fact of intimidation, why would anyone be intimidated of you? I mean, you're a hardworking man. You're young. You know what I'm saying? You're not out here committing crimes, are you?
Absolutely not.
Okay. So what do you think is the reason why there's the profiling or the intimidation? Why do you think people are scared of young black men?
Because I guess people are very scared of, you know, because of past incidents of how kids are viewed and, you know, what they do on a daily basis of like being in the streets or like being bad or something. So they have that mindset, and you keep that mindset and think that it's every black, you know, child.
Do you think that the hip hop culture as a whole, you know, gives white people a negative perception of it?
No, not necessarily. I feel like they express more about, you know, equality and just about us as black people, just to, you know, express ourselves and to empower ourselves on a day-to-day basis.
Now, I know, you know, in school you probably learned about the civil rights era, you know, Martin Luther King, whatever minimal, you know, black history that, you know, that's taught in school. And I know that you weren't around for the civil rights era because of your age, and, you know, but you've seen people march and protest. You know, what's your opinion on the marching and the protesting? Because, you know, it seems as these incidents become more and more the norm. You know, what do you think about the marching and the protesting, and what do you think is another solution to the problem?
What I think about the protesting, excuse me, is it's very organized, it's safe, and it's about bringing the word out bringing the word that, you know, we as black people matter. You know, we're not like something small. We are humans and we are equal.
Okay.
I feel that the protesting is safe. I feel like it's good. I think more.
I'm sorry, but
yeah.
But is it effective?
Honestly, I feel like it isn't, because of the fact that, excuse me, I feel that even though we protest and we do all these things, when we go back to our house and we go back to, you know, our place of safety, the mentality is, I'm doing everything for myself. I'm not doing it for, you know, other people in my community. So
if not to put words in your mouth, so pretty much would you feel that boycotting businesses, you know, where we spend our dollar, you know, do you feel as though that's the pretty much the best solution that we have as black people in this country?
Not necessarily. I just feel like we should support more black business more than ever.
I mean, definitely so. But let me ask you a question: do you own a pair of Jordans?
No, I don't.
Okay. And what's the reason why you don't own a pair of Jordans?
To me personally, I just feel like it's the norm, and I mean everybody, of course, Jordan is the hype and the sneakers are the hype. Me personally, I'm just not into that kind of hype.
Okay. Now the reason I asked you that question is because, you know, it seems that, you know, we can stand in line at 4 or 5 in the morning. You know, we can knock each other over to try to be the first ones to get a pair of new Jordans. But with the recent deaths of these 2 young men, you know, I don't see, you know, I truly don't see the uproar more than what I've seen on social media. You know, the minute I saw the uproar about the shootings, the next minute I saw the new Jordans coming out as I scroll down, you know, on my social media site. And I just think, you know, personally, my opinion is, you know, we put too much effort in the materialistic things that, you know, not only they don't have value, but, you know, they don't grow equity, you know. But back to the subject matter at hand, you know, what was your, you know, how did your heart feel? You know, what was your perspective on the following day when they had that Black Lives Matter rally in Dallas, and the young man decided to use his military training to harm police officers?
I feel that, you know, I don't want to say it was necessary, but in a way, when you push us as black community, when you push us against the wall for a period amount of time, we tend to fight back. I mean, I don't agree with, you know, the shooting of police officers, but when you push us against the wall, it forces us to fight back. And I mean, it's tragic that, you know, 4 officers, I mean 4 or 5 officers.
Actually, 5 got killed, yeah, and 12 officers got injured.
It's devastating that happened. But I mean, if that is how we have to put the word out there that, okay, we're not taking that, you know, we're not taking all of this anymore, this is where we take our stand. If not, then we do what we have to do as a community.
It's been said by many people that, you know, the police force is the biggest gang out here. You know, police force is the mob. You know, I was told years ago by my mother as a young boy that, you know, and my mother's a God-fearing, you know, religious woman, you know, goes to church, reads the Bible. She said, if you look at history, there has been no change has ever come without violence. You know, and you know, we here at Razor Sharp, you know, we don't, you know, we're not gonna advocate or condone violence. But what we do say is this: a change needs to be made, and a change needs to be made now. What do you plan to do in your own personal life, you know, in order to help that process of change?
Honestly, just help out as many people as I can around me. And honestly, to work on myself more, because I can't help a whole community if I'm struggling. So help myself, help my family, and then help others along the way. Because I feel like in the Black Lives Matter, to be honest, it's not going anywhere, because the same mentality, when all of it is done, everybody's for themselves. There's no news, there's no Black Lives Matter when people are getting killed by other black people. There aren't any Black Lives Matter when they're robbed, or when people of our culture are robbed. When it's black on black violence, there's no Black Lives Matter. My name is Jonathan Joseph, and I just spoke my truth on Razor Sharp.
48 Central Avenue, East Orange, New Jersey. You know, we've been talking to people about the recent shootings, racial profiling, and I'm here with a gentleman. What's your name, sir? Rob. Okay, we're here with Rob, man. We want to get Rob's opinion on, you know, everything that's been going on recently with the Black Lives Matter campaign, the shootings, the racial profiling, you know, just the total separation, you know, of race, class, and injustice that's been going on in this country. Which you know, I want to know what. When you heard or seen the video about those, you know, those incidences that happened recently, tell me personally, you know, your feeling on it, and you know, speak the truth.
I was like another murder. And I ain't had no emotions, because it's been going on for hundreds of years. So like you can't get emotional about something that you see consistently at least 5, 6, 7 times a year.
So pretty much you feel as though, you know, as black people, we're desensitized to violence.
Yeah,
pretty much, right?
Yeah, because we kill each other. We kill each other every day. So like murder is like an old pair of shoes. Like as soon as you throw the shoes out, you forget about it. So as soon as we murder each other, we forget about it. So when the cop kills us, we talk about it, but we get 5 or 6 murders a week sometimes, right? And they never talked about it. They never even discussed. They don't even have a dialogue on it.
I mean, one of the sad truths about you know, the inner city is when murder happens, it doesn't always make the newspaper.
Yeah.
It's not always highlighted on the 5 o'clock news show.
You know, because you got 3 things that goes on in the black community. You got black on black murdering each other. You got the cop murdering the black male and the female, and then you got the judicial system don't fight for the black male. So when another black male takes another black life, the judicial system doesn't even fight for that black life that was murdered. So when you see that going on, people get to the point where it don't mean nothing.
So with this whole Black Lives Matter campaign, you know, this thing that's been going on for a few years now, I mean, do you think they're advocating for black lives, or this is just something for show? Because, I mean, personally, I don't think I've seen much change.
Well, you're not going to see a whole lot of change, but it is creating a conversation national, and to the point you had the president go on TV and talk about it. I mean, you got to remember, we came out of institutional slavery in 1965 and the Jim Crow laws. So you're talking about almost 50 years later. And the thing is that until we empower ourselves financially, we always going to be in the same situation. It's like if you always got to go to them for dollars, then you always got your hand out, so you become a beggar.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So like when you come in this barbershop, you see me and my partner, we create our own wealth. So we don't service white people. If they come in here, we service them, but 98.5% of our customers are Afro-American.
Because they don't come in our neighborhoods and spend the dollars.
Right, they don't spend the dollars. The Asian don't come spend here. The only Afro-Americans. So the thing is that we don't depend on them. But if everybody thought like me and my partner thought, it'd be a different world.
Oh, definitely. I think one other thing I want to add to that list, which will be number 4, is we live in neighborhoods where the food that we eat comes from outside sources. 1, it's not black owned. 2, we're not getting the best food. So in another way, we're dying based on our eating habits. We're dying based on, you know, what's in front of us. I mean, we don't have much opportunity.
That comes from us, man. Like a lot of stuff that you're talking about is going back to asking them you know, we have black farmers all our lives. You know what I'm saying? We still do, but we have it's been minimized. So we minimize it because we choose not to do those things to enhance our community. You can't keep asking somebody to give you something. You got to start enriching your own self, create your own direction, your own path. Black Lives Matter, yeah, it's just one part of the puzzle. You can't depend on that organization to change the whole construction of white America and their whole way of thinking. What they do is they bring noise to it. Now it's you as a parent, as an individual, to educate your child or to communicate to your child how he should live, how he should walk, how he should talk, his mannerisms, all that stuff. You know, our problem is us. It ain't them.
Well, I would definitely say a lot of it goes back to us policing ourselves, and that starts at home.
Right. That's why I said us.
Definitely.
Us.
Definitely.
You know, you got. When you look around, man, it's like you got Afro-Americans that don't even respect each other. It comes from that first.
Exactly.
Respect yourself, and then just sweeping up in front of your house. Exactly. Yeah, you're like, what is the difference? You go to Nutley, New Jersey, the houses are 90 years old as well as the houses in Newark. What they do, they sweep in front, they cut their grass, and they paint.
So true.
So they ain't got nothing to do with white America. They got something with us.
If you were president, right, and you could constitute one law or put one bill into effect that you think that would help our people, you know, what do you think would be the most important thing that we would need in order to, you know, not just uplift, but to start going in the right direction, putting ourselves in the right track? What do you think is the one thing, or the most important thing right now?
I think the educational bill. I think I would institute that we learn about ourselves, that everybody in America should learn about that. Afro-American, as well as the Jewish community, as well as the Hispanic community. Because once you start understanding each other's community, you'll find out that you both of you guys come from the same thing, come from the same type of struggle.
Exactly.
But the thing is that if you go into an institution and all they're talking about is the European history, like how do you figure out like your struggles and who was your heroes and things that you went through? So I think that's one, Lord. It's all about education for me. Like, if you can change the mind of the people thinking and their ideas and their views,
you change everything.
Right. And first of all, Black America need to start respecting each other.
First and foremost, and that, like you said, and that goes back to policing ourselves.
Yeah.
It starts from not just what we're taught, but how we carry ourselves when we interact with each other.
Right.
You know, I mean, these recent shootings were sad, and then, you know, during the Black Lives Matter protests the following day, you know, the young black man decided to go out there and, you know, and shoot police officers, right?
Right.
When you heard about that, I mean, what was your take on that whole situation?
You know, he felt, you know, listen, he felt like he was being oppressed. If you look throughout the world, man, everybody is an action to reaction. You know what I'm saying? Every action has a reaction.
True.
So the thing is that if you go into Iran, Iraq, and you seeing those people being oppressed, they respond by blowing themselves up and going into crowds, right? This young boy just responded, right? Had no filter, no way to go to resolve his emotions, and he put his. There's a lot of us out here who don't want to say it, who really want to go out and start killing. Is it right? No, it's not right, because the law says you can't take a life. It says you're supposed to have mercy. But the thing is that some of us feel that way. Some of us is angry that when we see young boys being murdered. Prime example. If you do the statistical studies on black cops in America, right? How many black cops kill young boys in the streets compared to white cops killing young boys in the street? And what it's millions of black cops, but you never get an uproar about black cops killing somebody.
No.
All right, this is Big Rob, and I just gave you my truth on BARBERSHOP.
What's going on, y'all? My name is Big C. I'm here talking with
Linda.
Okay. Me and Linda was just having a conversation about the Black Lives Matter campaign and the other instances of police brutality and racial profiling outside of the two major stories that we've heard recently. And she had a very good spin, a very good opinion on what's really going on. Would you like to let our viewers know your opinion on everything?
I just feel as though the media is not talking about other shootings when police are killing other black people, young black men, like the guy Dempsey, he got killed. But the media doesn't talk about that. They talk about what they want you to hear. And you know, I have 2 black sons, so you know, it does hurt to know that all these kids are being killed by police officers. How can we come to you if we are afraid of you? And not only that, you know, I have a black husband, you know, and you say Black Lives Matter, matters to who?
Well, I mean, we live in a society where, you know, we know there's prejudice, we know there's racial profiling, but the main thing is, before we can even look at the Black Lives Matter campaign, we got to be honest with ourselves and say, exactly, you know, the injustices that are caused, that they're primarily caused by ourselves, by how we use our dollars, by how we disrespect each other, you know, by how we are, you know, extremely violent, you know, within our communities, you know, with our neighbors, you know. So my thing is this: if you woke up tomorrow and you had a decision to make, you know what I'm saying? Would you rather live in a predominantly black neighborhood,
yes,
well off, or would you rather live in a mixed neighborhood? Where would you? I mean, I'm saying, where would you rather be?
In our own community.
Okay, but the thing is, we have to strengthen our own communities. We have to, truly put, effort, behind words of hope. We have to truly go out here and, grassroots and grab the youth, and even some of the older folks, and really get everybody to work together. But now, here's the thing. In Essex County, in Newark, East Orange, Irvington, in these areas, shootings occur every day. People dying every day. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is this: how much do you really think this Black Lives Matter campaign really means? What's your opinion on that?
I don't feel as though it means anything, and the reason I say that is because I feel like we're under a silent attack.
Now from the police or from ourselves?
From the police and ourselves.
Yeah, it's sad, and hopefully, things start to change. With the recent occurrences, people start not just having the dialogue, but we start doing things. You know what I'm saying? The initiative is taken where we can really make a difference. But you said you have 2 sons and a husband, right?
Yes.
What do you tell your boys every day when they go out? What's your advice to them? When they go out, how to handle interactions with the police?
I mean, truthfully, stay away. Don't do nothing that's gonna get you caught up to where as though you have to be harassed by them. But sometimes you can't even help it. Just walking down the street, coming home, they attack you. Oh, what's your name? Who are you? So it happens whether you want it to happen or not. And it's not just in Newark. It's in Jersey City, it's in Hoboken, it's in Bayonne. It's always outside of just Newark. It's not just about Newark. It's shootings everywhere. And when I say everywhere, I mean all over. It's not just here. You understand what I'm saying? And it seems like, oh, we want things to happen, but how can we allow it to happen when we the first to rush to Walmart?
True. I mean, that goes back to how we spend our black dollar, how we, as entrepreneurs, use our resources and try to make the black dollar stronger, make our own, My thing is, okay, after those incidences happened and the situation where the cops got killed in Dallas, right? What's your, keep it real with me. How do you really feel about that situation, that happened in Dallas?
Eye for an eye.
Yeah, I think a lot of people, that's the feeling they have about everything. That's their perspective on it. Black people get killed every day. There's nobody really, in any type of uproar. But as of right now, right? What if your son said they wanted to be police officers? How would you feel about that?
I wouldn't want them to be. I would argue the fact of my sons being in the police field or going to an army or the Navy. I just don't feel as though that's something that our black people should do as of right now.
I want to thank you so much, for taking your time out and, just giving us your honest opinion. Tell the people your name.
My name is Linda.
Okay. This is Razor Sharp. We want to thank Linda for her opinions.
Yeah, how you doing? My name's Alex. Situations that's going on with the Black Lives Matter movement and, things that's going on with police shootings and things like that. One way to fix it, I feel like we have to help our communities first, obviously. Our black women have been objectified, for their assets rather than their essence. You know what I'm saying? Black women are strong, and we sexualize them so much. Another thing is black youth, black men especially, we've been weaponized. So obviously police are afraid of us for what they see, what they hear on the radio, what they see on social media. Obviously there's a lot of gangs and things out here. I feel like we have to fix that. We have to care about our own lives before anybody ever cares about us. man, it's just so much going on in this world within the black community that we don't even see. Like we take a blind eye to until we see something that a police officer does. You know what I'm saying? A white police officer kill a black man and get acquitted, but a black man to kill a black man and get 25 years to life. But y'all don't really care about that because that happens every day. Police shootings happen every day in different cities. We don't hear about it like the young lady said over there. The media lets us hear what we want to hear. I mean, they let us hear what they want us to hear. Man, Black Lives Matter, man, for real. And it matters in your communities whether a black man's killing a black man, whether an officer's killing a black man. We just have to understand that. We gotta come together at some point. You know what I'm saying? We gotta stop the shootings. We gotta stop the killings within our own community, so that officers won't feel like they won't feel intimidated walking up to a car because they don't know what you have in it. You know what I'm saying? If we didn't kill each other, I mean, the perception of us would definitely change. It changed drastically. How many? I don't even know how many killings they have in Chicago right now. I don't even know how many killings they have in Chicago right now, but I'm pretty sure it's a lot. I'm pretty sure that officers kill people in Chicago every day too. But it's not such a big deal because we kill ourselves. You know what I'm saying? And it's just a lot of what I had to say. Black Lives Matter, man. We gotta stick together. We gotta stop the violence everywhere. Police, people killing officers, that's not gonna help anything. That just makes them more afraid of us, if anything. More quick to grab their weapon and shoot because they don't know what's about to happen. That's all I gotta say. My name is Alex Brown. I spoke my truth on Razor Sharp.
We want to open up the mic to, everyone's opinion about the recent incidences and everything that's been going on that we've been talking about today. Sweetheart, what's your name?
Shay.
Our question of the day is, what is your opinion on law enforcement?
I think the law enforcement, half of them are down with the KKK. That's why they out here killing our black brothers. To be honest.
Okay. And what if you needed a police officer at a time? What if you're in a situation you feel that you need a police? Or would you call the police if you felt you needed them?
No, I'll call one of my Muslim brothers so they can help me rather than the police officer. Because I know I ain't gonna get shot.
Okay. So if you were to give the police department of the city you live in a rating from 1 to 10, what would you give them?
If I just go by your stars, they like 2. They rather pull somebody over on a bike than take care of these killers out here. A bicycle at that.
Okay. Tell people your name one more time.
Shay.
I want to thank you for your time. Right. Okay, I'm here with
Yeah.
What's your opinion on law enforcement?
My opinion on law enforcement is, you have some brothers and sisters out here, whether white, black, any race. You got some of them that are out here doing this job. You got a lot of them out here that are not doing that. The situation is, unfortunately, we're having this conversation today because of the male or female in law enforcement that are doing a terrible job. That's why we're having this conversation right now.
If you were to rate the law enforcement in the city you live in by rating of 1 to 10, what would you give the local law enforcement in your town?
Local law enforcement in my town, I would definitely give them a 10 for always being right there all day long. But regardless if it's good or bad, they're always around. They're always around. You have the people who will see them as being in a harassment, and then you have the people that will see them as being the policing as they should. You know.
Now, do you feel as though in your community there's a lot of racial profiling?
Racial profiling everywhere. You know, I'm 39 years old. I've seen it ever since I've going from state to state, all over, like just being in many places. Race, it's alive and well. It's in your face, it's behind you, it's everywhere. You just gotta know how to deal with it.
So what do you think we can do to make things better between the community and the police department?
Well, as far as the community and the police department, you know, when you have these community affairs, these open house community affairs where the community allows the general public to come in and give their say-so. The people need to go and say what they really mean instead of saying it on the streets. Say it when it really matters. That's what the community needs to do. Now, instead of being out here, like we're in the barbershop talking to each other right now, it's cool. You know, you get a whole troop out in the barbershop. But the barbershop is not where it needs to be heard. It needs to be heard at the community meetings, the town meetings, any meetings where government officials, the people who hold the key to the city to give you that information where they can do something and make change. That's where that information needs to be given out.
You know, what solutions do you think, you know, we can start to try to put into effect to, you know, try to, not necessarily try to heal, but to try to make our communities safer?
First thing I think we need to do is, as far as people, well, let me say this first and foremost. Not just black lives matter, all lives matter, right? Because whether you're black, white, and it doesn't even matter. I'm gonna start like this. When I see you, it's just as simple as to say this.
Exactly.
How you doing, brother?
Exactly. It's a respect.
Absolutely. Give me the respect that I give you. Give it the same respect that you give me. Give it back. Like if we take, back in the day, it used to be said, it takes a tribe to raise a village. Nowadays, we don't want the tribe to raise a village. The tribe is broken up. So you got this person here saying this is only for my section. This here is only for my section. But we all black. I want to take care of you. I want to take care of you and your family. Like I want you to help me and mine. If we want to do that as a people, that's a respect. It means more than anything out here. We give respect to each other. It'll kick off a wave that you couldn't even believe.
Well, listen, y'all heard it here first. We're at Takar Barbershop, 348 Central Avenue. You heard it from Kenyatta himself. What we need to start with first off is respect.
My name is Kenyatta and I spoke my truth on Razor Sharp.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, how you doing this evening? My name is Kenneth Page. I was asked to speak a little upon how I feel about the injustice in our communities, our black neighborhoods all over America and abroad, because it's not just here. It seems that our race is being wiped out at a drastic rate. And it's from a lot of confusion. You know, the way society is set up urban areas to fail, you know, to be less productive, but yet maintain a focus on keeping their wealth. You know, sometimes it's a hard pill to swallow, especially when you're born a fighter. And that's all you know to do. Since Medgar Evers, Christmas Addicts, Emmett Till, we can go on and on with names. But we're being slaughtered strategically. And it looks like it's coming to a head, as far as I'm concerned. Because there's no way you should have blatant murder from people who are supposed to be protecting and serving us. If you've noticed, since the 60s and 70s, protect and serve has become obsolete. Now everywhere you look, on your famous police cars, the Mayberries, the Eddie Griffiths, you see law enforcement. What does this mean? law enforcement. Is this something that we have to subject ourselves to so that higher uppers can have their way or make rules as they see fit and then leave the wounded and damaged behind? What purpose are they really serving? I get real emotional when I talk about things like this. But I just wanted to leave you with that little nightcap. Because I was growing up in the urban area. Life has been hard, but I made my bed. And I lay in it well. I don't blame the white man for what's going on. I blame myself for not being able to make my people aware of what's going on. And with that, I'd like to say have a good night, and just think.
Shout out to Megastar Radio. I'm Big C. This has been Razor Sharp, shifting social consciousness, one show at a time. Who raised you?
Sankofa. Feels so right, don't it? Let's begin. Cut the rooster neck, dance around the bonfire, and play the gym band till my arms tired. Pour the water, let the earth mother soak it up. Close your eyes, let the spirit take control of us. The summon that turn to Gabriel Prasa, feeling like Yan Santiwa with a chopper. Fearless, cause I know that everywhere I go, the ancestors will be near us. Sankofa, we are the true to life avatars. They made us forget with slave whips and the battle scars. Will remind us of the pain that we receive anytime we use our brain. Give thanks, cause Yan Santiwa was so brave.